see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I never knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
So my dear friends, my sincere condolences to all of you today. I know this is a very sad moment, very tragic moment, when you lose someone you love, someone who's close to you. But you know, despite your pain, despite your sorrow, we have to believe that death is not the end, that after death, there's life. There has to be, otherwise death makes no sense at all, and life makes no sense at all. So as we gather here today to unfortunately say goodbye to Roy Kuta, we have to believe that now we're starting this journey into a world which is just beyond our imagination, but into a world that does exist. It was your angel in this world, it will now be your angel in heaven. It will look after you, continue to look after you. Especially if I understand correctly, you have been married 63 years. Wow. Well, without passing any judgment, just an observation, okay? Okay, I just said just an observation. You know, nobody's perfect. Until we die, we'll never be perfect. Started with me. I made my mistakes, and I'm not done yet. I'm going to be making more mistakes because I'm human. I'm not an angel, not yet anyway. So I thought I would mention that, 63 years. Yes, today it's more like sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes it's 63 months or 63 days. But in your case, your love that united you 63 years ago did not have an expiry date. Your love was stronger than all the storms you met throughout those 63 years. After all, 63 years of marriage, the good days and the bad days, ups and downs. So today, Roy says thank you. And I know you say thank you for those 63 years of marriage. So as we gather here today to commend his soul to the good Lord, and ask the good Lord to welcome him, and to remember, like I said, is starting this journey to a world which is just beyond our imagination. And also to remember that in this world, we do our best. I do pastoral work in hospitals, where I accompany people in palliative care. And sometimes, before passing away, a patient will say to me, one or two, well, I think I've messed up, I haven't done everything I should have done. I always remind them, in this world, we do our best. Messing up, making mistakes, that's part of life. What's important is to turn the page, continue. No, don't look at the back, don't look behind you, because that could be very painful. But always believe that we have a God who's full of mercy, full of compassion, always ready to turn the page and say, let's start over again. So this is the kind of God he's going to be making. God of mercy, a God of compassion. Oh, we got a little one here coming in. That's nice. This is the cycle of life. This is the way it starts. And unfortunately, this is the way it's ends. So, my dear friends, as we gather here today to say goodbye to Roy, I'm sure that all of you today, yes, you can join us up here. Yeah, we're waiting for you. Good. So, as we gather here today to say goodbye to Roy, I'm sure that all of you today, you have very fond memories of him. Those memories engraved in your heart, where nobody can go except you. Well, death cannot erase those memories. Death does not have the last word. Love will always be stronger than death. So to make this celebration day more significant, I'm going to be calling in a few people to share with us, some of those fun memories, pay tribute to Roy, and remember, as we say goodbye to him here today, think of all the great things he did in this world. We always say that everyone is unique, everyone is different. And this is true, okay? Because, we all gathered here today with different backgrounds, with different beliefs, we vote for different parties, we cheer for different teams, or for us the senators, I guess. Yeah. We bank at different banks, we shop at different stores, we eat at different restaurants. But today, for about 35 minutes, we're all the same. Why? Because we're gathered here at the same place, the same time, the same location, listening to the same message. Why? Well, Roy is the reason for this gathering here today. Today we're here to honor him, to celebrate his life, and to remember him. So I'm going to call in a few people to come up here. Oh, wow, that's nice. So I'm going to ask for Suzanne to please join me first. Thank you. I'm going to stick. Here you go.
Well, good afternoon to all. Bonjour après-midi à tous. Thank you, Debbie. On behalf of my mom, Marg, my brothers, Jamie and John, myself and our families, welcome to the celebration of life for an incredible individual, Roy James Kuta Sr. Husband, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, a.k.a. Pop, extraordinaire. Dad lived his 85 years of life to the fullest. Born in the east coast town of Glace Bay, Nova Scotia, the fourth of 8 kids, Dad came from good Cape Breton stock. Tough, resourceful, and able to fix anything with a hammer, a bit of wire, and a few choice words under his breath. Married 63 amazing years to his Newfie gal of his dreams, and that's not just a number. That's 6 decades of moves, adorable babies, career changes, renovations, business plans, 8 grandchildren, 5 great-grandchildren, and possibly most impressive, 6 decades of surviving Dad's daily check-ins, check-in calls. Seriously, you could be on another continent hiding in a jungle and you'd still get the, "So what's new?" call from Dad. And you'd answer it because you knew he genuinely wanted to hear everything. And working in a cubicle environment, Jan and Janice, I want to thank you for putting up with me and all those phone calls. Dad proudly served his country wearing blue, Air Force, for over 38 years. He attained the rank of Chief Warrant Officer and then took his commission to Captain. That's a serious climb. When you go to the reception, please take a minute to look at the collage depicting our Dad's life. You will see a newspaper clipping from the Maritime News dated 25th of June, 1959, where aircraftman R.J. Kuta was part of a guard of honor for the arrival of President Eisenhower at St. Hubert, Quebec, to attend the opening ceremonies of the St. Lawrence Seaway by Queen Elizabeth. There is also a flight manifest listing the itinerary of a cross-Pacific deserving airman flight that Warrant Officer Roy Kuta was awarded in February 1976. A thank you letter from Major General John Crosby for Master Warrant Officer Kuta's contribution during the Arrow Air crash in Gander, Newfoundland, where 248 U.S. Army personnel and 8 crew members perished. Proud is an understatement. He built 4 homes with the help of his Newfie gal and taught Jamie, John, and I how to use tools without losing our fingers. And let's not forget the Cape Cod Inn, the bed and breakfast he and Mom ran in Gander, Newfoundland. That place had more stars than a Hollywood sidewalk. And Dad became a legend for his breakfast and hospitality. Well, actually, I better clarify that sentence. It was both Mom and Dad who became legends for their breakfast and hospitality. One of the 4 homes Dad built was next door to the Cape Cod Inn. He built that home for my children, Alexandra, Andrew, and myself. My children and I will forever cherish the many beautiful memories that were made there. The playground structure he built, the many guest breakfasts. Alex and Andrew were privileged to attend. Dad didn't need a spotlight. He was the foundation, the guy who didn't need to say, "I love you" every day, because you felt it in everything he did. My dad gave me space to live and learn, but never let me fall. He was my superhero and always will be. In closing, I would like to share with you a comment my grandson Tristan said to me one day as I was driving him home from daycare. As we looked at each other in the rearview mirror, Tristan said to me, "Nanny, did Pop take a taxi or airplane to heaven?" Oh my goodness. Dad, if visiting you was that easy, I would be sitting next to you, holding your hand, telling you how much I love you. Thank you for being being an incredible father, the best grandfather, and Pop, and my favorite teacher. I miss you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Suzanne. I'm going to ask Jamie, please join me. Jamie.
Good afternoon, and thank you all for showing up. My dad would have been very happy to see all of you. I just have a few words I'd like to say. I am Roy James Kuta Jr., humbled to be named after my father, Roy James Kuta, Sr. He was always a fantastic father to me, an amazing grandfather to my children, James, Joseph, and Emily. He watched my children grow up and was there for many parts of their lives. We were all blessed to have him. After many first walks, daycare, school, soccer games, my kids went on to great accomplishments. These accomplishments had a great deal to do with his influence and love. Today, Dad, I wish to say thank you for everything that you have done for me and my family. I know you are in a greater place, continuing to always watch over us. I love you, Dad, and I miss our many walks together down the road. It's an honor having you as a father, and a blessing having you as a friend. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jamie. John, please join me. Thank you.
Hello, I'm John. I'm the third son, hence how I end, or the third child, hence how I ended up speaking last. Today we're gathering to celebrate my dad. I think you're getting a sense of how the family perceived him. He wasn't the person that was loud and overbearing, but he was a very quiet and steady foundation for our family. Around him, or in his presence, you felt a strength. And I leaned on that strength many times over my life to become who I am today. His way of parenting was quiet and patient, but very powerful. And he taught us more by what he did than by what he said. As you've heard, he was a builder of homes, of skills, of families. Through his examples, we learn the value of hard work, loyalty, kindness, and dedication to family. Dad showed us that love wasn't always about grand gestures. Sometimes it was just in the hours he spent working on the projects with us, big and small. Sometimes it was in the patience he had when teaching us a skill. No offense, Mom, but I don't think our relationship would have survived if you had taught me how to drive in PEI. And sometimes it was in the unspoken pride in his eyes when he saw us succeed. Or those quiet shared moments we had with him drinking a beer or a Caesar or just being together. Dad was hardworking, but he also knew how to have fun. I think everybody in this room who knew him or met him knew that. He loved telling, he loved a good prank every now and then, or a joke, and he loved telling me about a prank that he and his buddies pulled one moonless Halloween night on a cantankerous neighbor they had back in Glace Bay when he was a kid. They shifted the neighbor's outhouse back 6 feet. Dad's eyes would twinkle as he described the chaos that followed when his unwitting neighbor stepped into the hole. And then the howls of laughter as he and his friends ran off into the night. My own children have experienced the famous hot spoon trick, one Dad proudly passed down to me. Now, if you don't know this, it goes something like this. You dip your spoon into your hot tea, and you glance up at the ceiling and say, "Oh, I wonder what that is." And as the unsuspecting target looks up, out comes the spoon, and you tap them on the hand with it. My kids know that trick very well. Dad's laughter and his fun-loving spirit taught us that along with hard work, life is meant to be enjoyed. More than anything, I would say Dad gave us the gift of togetherness. Whether building homes, working side by side, or sharing simple moments as a family. He showed us that what matters most isn't what we accomplish, but who we do it with. I'll always cherish the Christmas visits from our Polish Santa Claus, the Thanksgiving feasts, the birthdays and anniversaries, the backyard barbecues, and the many renditions of his theme song with the grandkids. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. Those were the times that Dad was at his happiest. Dad was our foundation, our teacher, and our joy. I'll miss his quiet strength, his steady guidance, and his playful spirit. But his legacy lives on in his children, in the way we work, and the way we love, and the way we find joy in one another. My hope is to pass on to my children the same gifts that he gave to me. Dad, we love you, and thank you for being the heart of our family.
Thank you, John. And I'm going to ask now his wife to join me up here. Would you join me? Yes. Yes, your turn. Yeah, it's your turn. That's what I saw. Oh, you come. Yes? Okay. Thank you.
This is really not my speech, but I just have it here as just in case I go off track. Thank you all for coming. It's so wonderful to see you all here. Some of you, a lot of you are family, a lot of you are friends. Thank you for showing up. I must tell you that there's nothing that would make Roy happier than to be here today. But we're really here to celebrate his life. He had a wonderful life. And it was my pleasure to live with him for 65 years. Well, 63 married, you might say 2 years not married. So 65 years is a long time. And I must tell you that my life is empty now. Now that he's gone, my life is empty. But we must go on. Dear Roy was my soul, my reason every morning for getting up. Roy lived a good life full of joy and love, and I'm so thankful I had him for all this time. I couldn't have picked a better husband. He was all about family. Family meant everything to him. He was a super grandfather, a super father, and a super great grandfather. So this special day is for all of us to remember him with fond memories. He's not coming back. I will miss him forever, and I'll love him forever. I haven't done this before, and I hope I never have to do it. So God has blessed dear Roy and have given him a special place in heaven. So no matter what, he'll continue to watch over us all until we meet him again. And to all those people who helped to make today happen, thank you very much. And that's about all I have to say.
Thanks very much, Marge. It's very touching, very inspiring. And like you said, all of you today, your presence here speaks volume to the family, just being here and celebrating the life of Roy. So in a few moments, we're going to be watching a video. For, I think it's the grandchildren who's doing this. So we'll take time and watch this. Thank you.
When you're perfect in every way,
Can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day.
to know me is to love me. I must be one hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can.
So like you see, this is time to celebrate the life of Roy. I'm sure there's some, all of you today, you have very fond memories of him. So if you'd like to come up and share a few words with us, you're very welcome. I know it's not easy. Or if you even stay at your place where you are and you want to share a few words, you're welcome. And but don't take my job, okay? Oh, yes, thank you. Okay.
Hi, everybody. My name is Joseph, and I'm one of Roy's grandchildren. Hopefully I can make it through this. This was easier when I was practicing. I wanted to say a few words about one of the most important men in my life. Damn it. To our family, Roy was many things. Our handyman on demand, our Santa whisperer, our in-house political pundit, and one of our biggest fans when we played sports. But most importantly, he was our Pop. Growing up until this day, I always thought Pop was insanely cool. He may be the first person in history to actually have maintained a cool aura, despite his main form of transportation being a Dodge Grand Caravan. He served in the military, built numerous houses from scratch, and ran a bed and breakfast. He was that guy who seemed like he could do anything. And through his example, he imparted that mentality on me that I can also do anything I put my mind to. Pop was around for my entire life, and I was fortunate enough to share memories with him. When I was in preschool, he would pick me, my siblings, and my cousins up almost every day, and we would go spend days playing at his and Nan's house. And much to his entertainment, as he's told me numerous times, it's also where that infamous story took place, where I may have traumatized my cousin Margaret by telling her I'm canceling Christmas by letting Santa's reindeer go. Some of my favorite memories with him were just those average school days. When I'd get off the bus every weekday and turn around the corner, I'd be so excited when I saw that van's back sticking out of our driveway because that meant Nan and Pop were over. It was hilarious. It was also hilarious to see the look he would give Nan when she started slipping her grandchildren too many $20 bills. Even as a kid, I had a gut feeling that wasn't his idea. In university, I loved when Pop would come to watch me and Emily play soccer. To the day he passed away, he always told me how much he loved when after games I would take him in my car, we'd go sit at the Tim Hortons by my apartment, and we'd catch up and talk about life. Those moments meant the world to me, and I'm glad he felt the same. Also, for those of you who are familiar with Pop, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say that I'm happy he got to see something that let him rest in peace before he left this earth. I think it was something he was waiting and holding on so he could see it with his own eyes while he was still with us. And that's seeing Justin Trudeau finally get booted out of office in overwhelming fashion. So Pop, I love you. You meant the world to me, and I hope you're up there sipping on an Alexander Keith's and looking down on us. Thank you.
Oh my God, I wish I went first now. What can be said about Pop that hasn't already been said? I mean, now I was wishing I went first so I could pick and choose things from other people's speeches to kind of copy and paste it together, but it is what it is. That being said, although I guess a lot of like the grandchildren and everybody can attest that a lot of our memories may interlap and intersect and be similar, I hope that I can convey just how fundamental he was in shaping all of our lives in fundamentally different ways, and the degree in which his presence was valued to each and every one of us. And it's only now that he's not here with us that his absence makes me reflect on all those little and big moments that happened over the course of my life, and how much of a significance they've had. It becomes much clearer. One of the main things I remember is when I was younger, I remember he used to pick me up from school, and we used to pick up our cousin Victoria from school as well. And he would always stop off at the mailbox a couple of yards away from their house, and we used to race the van home, which, spoiler, we always used to win. And it's those little moments now that, now that we're here at this moment, that it makes me reflect on how important they are, just as much as the big moments. If he was here, I would tell him I love you very much, and thank you for helping shape me into the man that I am. I'm very proud to be a Kuta, and I'm also very relieved to know that you have very good taste in music. Thank you.
Thanks to both of you. Very appreciated. Anybody else would like to join me up here? You're very welcome. I know it's not always easy, but... So in a few moments, I'm going to be blessing the ashes, but like me, we don't bless ashes. I'm going to be blessing Roy himself and commend his soul to the good Lord, as we believe now he's starting this journey. Oh, you'd like to say a few words? Yeah? No? Okay. And ask the good Lord to welcome him. So to do that, we say the Lord's Prayer. Si vous parlez français, c'est la prière du Notre Père. In English, it's the Lord's Prayer. So, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Over the years, through my pastoral work, I've been privileged enough to meet the last 3 popes before Leo XIV. I met Pope John Paul II. As you know, he's a saint, so I'm a relic. I guess I shook hands with a saint. I met Pope Benedict, and I met Pope Francis. When you meet a pope, he says you can share his papal blessings. So I feel very privileged here today as I commend his soul to the good Lord, to ask that this papal blessing be bestowed on him, and ask the good Lord to welcome him. Salvation and consolation, you are the Lord of the living and the dead. You alone is final life and meaning. Lord, today I should be welcome, I would not surround into the kingdom of the Lord Jesus. It is so to the faithful Father, I rest to the mercy of God, and it is the soul of God, and rest to the mercy of God. So, my friends, I've just commended this soul to the good Lord, as we believe that is starting this journey into a world which is just beyond our imagination. And I think if we could be a Roy today, here's what he would say to you. If tomorrow should start without me, and I'm not there to see the sun rise before me, please do not cry as we say goodbye. I know how much you love me, and I know how much you miss me. Please understand that an angel came and called my name, Roy, and that my place was ready in heaven above, and that I had to leave those I love. Today my life on earth is past, but my new life will always last. Because of God's mercy and compassion, today I'm now free to enjoy the place that God has prepared for me. The angel took me by the hand and said, understand that this new life has no end. Yes, that's my fan club here. If tomorrow should start without me, and I'm not there to see the sun rise before me, please do not let your hearts be filled with sorrow, because now I have in you tomorrow. And remember that those who have gone away have only gone into a brighter day. For this is a journey we must all one day take alone, a step on the road to our new home. If sorrow and pain are in sight, do not give up the fight. Do not cry for a soul set free. It's all part of the Master's plan for me. But if you need to cry, put your trust in the one above the sky. And if you need me, call me. Because now, I can be anywhere. No matter how far you are. It makes no difference where you are. Even though I may seem far, I will never be too far. So, my friends, a few words of consolation today. Even though we don't understand, even though we can't explain, we can believe. That's, you know why? Well, a few months ago, we had Easter Sunday. Well, what is Easter Sunday? Well, for kids, it's chocolate time, yes. But for most of us, it's family getting together, sharing a meal together. But for Roy, Easter Sunday is a reason for a new season. Easter Sunday is the victory of life over death. That's what Easter Sunday is all about. That after death, there's life. What happened in Jerusalem almost 2,000 years ago, where a man was convicted and crucified on a cross, well, guess what? 3 days later, he rose from the dead, and he taught us everything about death and resurrection. So what happens in Jerusalem almost 2,000 years ago continues to happen right here in Ottawa. That is, after death, there's resurrection. So that's our belief here today as we say goodbye to Roy. Today, you have a new angel up there watching over you, and the name of that angel is Roy Kuta. My sincere condolences to all of you today, my friends. I ask the good Lord to give you the strength to go for this. And like I said, remember that death is not the end, that after death there's life. And also in this world, we do our best. Nobody is perfect. Until we die, we'll never be perfect. But we can count on a God who's full of mercy, full of compassion. Once more, good luck, and may the good Lord bless you. As we now watch another video, I understand, correct? Yes. Well, next time you'll be dancing together, but that can wait. There's no rush for that, okay? So, my friends, in a few moments, you're all invited at the little reception at the back, where you'll be able to continue to celebrate his life and share those fond memories. Those who were too shy to come up here, I'm sure this is going to be a good time for you to share the memories. Again, good luck, my dear friends. So please rise. So you just follow us, we'll go at the back, okay?
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I never knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful